on the South today. A Dunedin farmer claims his business is cracking under the weight of new poultry regulations. The best gym in the country is nestled in the heart of Dunedin, with the industry awards to back it up. And a group of Dunedin students are showing their flair for the supernatural at the recent 48-hour film festival. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Hannah Wilkins. A Dunedin pig and poultry farmer is racing to try and find new homes for thousands of hens. Bloom Farm has run out of time to meet new animal welfare standards and may shut up shop after 50 years.
Egg farmer Peter Bloom holding one of his brown shaver laying hens, which he claims he can no longer care for. A 2012 change in the Animal Welfare Code requires the phase-out of individual cages in favour of barn-raised, free-range or colony-caged eggs by the end of 2022. Bloom insists he's been trying unsuccessfully to upgrade the farm's cages to colony-style production since 2018.
We were dealing with COVID all that time as well, and I was told that the Italian factory had closed down because they had no staff, they had no materials.
With the animal welfare deadline now looming, Bloom's hoping to avoid culling his birds.
We're starting on the older birds now, and there's a few younger hens sold. But we've had a terrific response really from the public.
New welfare guidelines for pigs are also under discussion, and Bloom suggests he may decide to close the farm for good. While Bloom says that more than 1,000 birds have been taken, he's still searching for new homes for around 2,500 hens. In Dunedin, the South today.
Some Dunedin dairy owners closed their doors yesterday for up to 2 hours as part of a national protest against retail crime. The Dairy and Business Owners Group organised the protest to raise awareness around the risk dairy owners face following an Auckland dairy owners stabbing last week. Mabel Ma owns the Dunedin Dundas Corner Dairy and took part in the protest, shutting up shop for 2 hours yesterday. She insists the south is still safer than the north of the country, but knows of stories of violence against local dairies, with herself having been robbed at knife point. The government announced yesterday a subsidy for crime-deterring fog cannons and crime prevention co-funding for 3 North Island councils. A southern boutique women's gym has flexed its muscles, taking out a top nationwide industry award. Team Tash Dunedin Training Studio received praise at the weekend. The studio's boss is stunned by the response of their peers.
Back at work after a winning weekend. Dunedin Training Studio owner Tash Columbus was pleasantly surprised at the weekend when her and her team's name was called out at the Exercise New Zealand Awards ceremony in Auckland.
This award is not about me at all, it's about the coaches and our members. They look after each other, we see each other through our good times and our hard times, and it just happens to be that fitness is the vehicle that kind of brings us all together.
The Dunedin Training Studio picked up a couple of prizes, including the Studio Facility of the Year and the Supreme National Fitness Studio Award. It's the third time the team has put their name forward. Columbus delighted with the result.
And we're the first women's facility to ever win the Supreme Award.
The Dunedin Training Studio opened 6 years ago and has around 280 members, all keen to keep on fighting to be the best. In Dunedin, the South today.
Secondary school teachers around the south are meeting this week to discuss the government's latest salary proposal. The Post-Primary Teachers Association has arranged the meetings and is recommending that teachers push for a better offer. The PPTA insists the current rise doesn't meet the rapidly rising cost of living.
What the government have proposed is not an offer that it keeps up with inflation. Basically, we said, look, give us a salary offer which keeps up with inflation and attend to some other matters which we believe need to be fixed.
Teachers say they also want to address other issues in the new collective agreement, including better part-time contracts and less paid prep time, or unpaid prep time rather. Negotiations are set to continue. A group of Dunedin students have received national recognition for a short film they made in 48 hours. The trio from St Hilda's Collegiate School are tasting success for their piece, which embraces the supernatural.
Getting the lighting just right to get the perfect shot. These St Hilda Collegiate School students took home a top prize after winning Best School Entry in the 48-hour film festival. The trio were triumphant with their film No Indemnity, a black and white film written around their given genre, supernatural. This year's entry marks their 4th attempt at the competition, but it's their first time achieving national recognition.
It's quite thrilling. Like, we've never had this much success before, and just because of the size of the group, it feels quite special.
The Year 13 students decided to make it a film noir satire after studying the genre in media studies this year. They took a relaxed approach to their film and relied heavily on their sense of humour, only scripting key scenes and improvising the rest.
We basically make films that we find funny, and whether other people find them funny or not, you know, we find that out, I guess. Yeah.
They're trying to work out a way to still enter the competition next year, despite one of the members heading overseas. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Farmers and families flocked to the annual South Otago A&P Society Summer Show in Balclutha on Saturday. It's billed as the biggest community event of the year for the region, and there was something for everyone.
A fantastic variety of sights and sounds filling the Balclutha A&P showgrounds. Back for the first full summer show since COVID-19, the classic fairground rides and sideshows proved popular with the kids, alongside agricultural attractions such as these award-winning alpacas and plenty of ribbons for the best traditional livestock breeds.
Oh, absolutely amazing. I'm so pleased it's over because I'm tired, but the support we've received from the community and the public and the sponsors, it's just been overwhelming.
There were plenty of other ways to get involved too, including the annual competition for Queen of the Show.
I definitely would recommend it. It is an awesome experience. It just really brings you out your shell.
The showgrounds also hosted A&P show mainstays like sheep shearing and wood chopping. Show organisers say the family-friendly event attracted strong crowds, making it a roaring success. In Balclutha, the South Today.
Whai Yakane, still to come on the South Today. A Queenstown fun run raises much needed funds in a colourful way, and a Dunedin rally driver becomes the first podium finishing female for McLaren.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life. Tuesdays, 7:30.
Hi, we're Age Concern Otago.
Age Concern Otago hosts a multitude of social activities,
including interwalks.
Hi, my name's Matt and I'm the Dines Group CEO. Dines is a company that's focused on selling logistics solutions to its customers. We're passionate about selling efficiency and we've been selling efficiency for over 50 years now.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. We've opened another pop-up store in Invercargill. It's for a limited time. We're in D Street, 201, right beside the Lone Star. Come and check us out. We've got some fantastic deals for you. We've got moleskins, we've got every sort of shirt, worn ones, work ones, business, merino knitwear, jeans, trousers, you name it, the list goes on. It's such a big deal. Come and see us.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Alex Campbell Menswear, pop-up store, D Street, Invercargill.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. Queenstown families left with their clothes dyed a different colour following a fundraising run around Frankton Reserve at the weekend.
On 2 legs or 4, having fun outdoors was the main aim of the Night and Day Rainbow Run. The runners took a leisurely 5-kilometre loop around the lake, sponsors lining up to bomb them with colourful cornstarch along the way. Organisers say about 300 people and a few dogs turned out for the event.
Obviously we're using Frankton Reserve, so we're right down on the waterfront. It's a lovely park, so we're right through the park, but the special thing about this course is that we went over the Heritage Bridge.
The fire brigade got involved, hosing down entrance to help the non-toxic colours stick. Funds raised will go to Sporting Chance, a charity that helps disadvantaged youth get involved in sports. In Queenstown, the South Today.
Dunedin rally driver Emma Gilmore has become the first female to make the podium for the McLaren team alongside co-driver Tanner Faust. A strong performance by the pair in the Extreme E Series saw them claim second place in the season finale in Uruguay.
The Extreme E Championship revved back into action over the weekend in Uruguay. Dunedin-based McLaren driver Emma Gilmore and teammate Tanner Faust roaring back into contention in a series which uses electric off-road vehicles. Racing in the second semi-final heat, Gilmore got the pair into a handy position as one of her rivals literally rolled out of contention.
She's rolled and this is disaster for Acciona Sites. Can she get going? She can!
Faust kept their Neum McLaren in second position, assuring them of a spot in the final. Competition was fierce, with all 5 teams fighting for position throughout the 4-lap race. The male drivers began the races for the teams before a switch to the female drivers. Faust had worked the car into second place at the switch, with Gilmore able to maintain that position during 2 frantic laps to claim a podium spot.
We did it! Finally, on the podium! Amazing! Such a tough weekend, but we got there in the end, so just so happy for the team. It was an awesome effort.
Gilmore says the result was an amazing way to finish their first season, admitting she's never done racing as challenging as this, with changeable terrain and very little time on the track. McLaren team bosses praising the well-deserved second place as a great springboard into the next season. The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Dunedin's Bloom Farm is rehoming thousands of hens. The owner claims new animal welfare standards are to blame. Team Tash Dunedin Training Studio has reaped the rewards of its hard work, picking up 2 awards at a national event. And 3 St Hilda's Collegiate School students win big at the National 48-Hour Film Festival. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome the editor, Barry Stewart. Hello, Barry.
Hello, Hannah.
What's
How
in the
are you?
paper tomorrow? Oh, I'm well. What's in the paper tomorrow?
Good. Well, meeting of the DCC today, and of course George Street came up and traffic in the centre city, and they're saying that Dunedin just does not have the space for the number of cars, trucks, people expected in the years ahead. So they debated that issue. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, well, not exactly the same time, but 2 disability advocates praised the work done on George Street and said to leave it alone, don't review it. So interesting take there, and clearly, the streetscape is pretty accessible
yes,
for
it's
those
changed
people.
dramatically. Yeah.
Yeah, and also we talked to former Invercargill Mayor Sir Tim Shadbolt, and nobody really has spoken to Tim since the election,
Yeah.
so we get an idea of some of his plans for the future,
Mm-hmm.
including a book,
Oh.
as you'd probably expect. But he also has some good advice for the new Gore Mayor, so look out for that.
Fantastic.
And the big thing in the paper tomorrow is the Fresh Christmas special, so special publication with all those great recipes for Christmas. So
Oh, I look forward to it.
that'll sort you out.
Barry, thank you for your
Okay.
time this evening. And time now for a look at tomorrow's weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, several days of cold southwesterly airflow lies ahead with widespread showers. Heading to the top of the South Island. Gusty westerlies and showers are on the way tomorrow with 20 degrees in Nelson, wet over in Greymouth with 17, and warm with freshening southwesterlies and 24 degrees in Christchurch. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. Wet, windy and warm as we come down the east coast with 23 in Ashburton, 21 for Timaru and 18 down in Oamaru. Travelling westwards to the Central Lakes. Showers with breezy southwest winds for a few days through here. Wanaka and Queenstown head for 15, while Alexandra reaches 17 as the high. Heading further south, while strong southwesterlies and showers make for a wet and windy day for all three main spots here, Balclutha, Gore and the Catlins, all expecting 14-degree highs. And down to the deep south. Overcast with rain tonight in Invercargill down to 11. The next few days will be cloudy with showers and southwest winds. Tomorrow's high 14 and 13 degrees on Thursday. And finally heading to Dunedin. Cloudy tonight and dropping to 11 with breezy nor'easterlies. Wet and windy for the next 2 days in town with showers on and off, up to 17 with northerlies tomorrow, and Thursday comes with west to southwest winds and a high of 16 degrees. And that's the news this Tuesday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. And you can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite popo.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.